Have you ever been rejected? Of course you have. We all have. It hurts. But what do you do when everyone rejects you? What do you do when your friends, family, teachers, colleagues, she rejected him? His world came crashing down. Why? Why did she reject him? He was average. She must be crazy. He was hungry for knowledge. Average is good. He became someone who could never be rejected again. Not because he was rich or famous or powerful, but because he was strong. He had rejected the world so many times that the world couldn't reject him anymore. He had become its ruler. She was surprised she didn't recognize the man she had rejected. She thought he was some kind of celebrity. And with that said, until next time, take care. What do you think he was feeling at that moment? Let me know in the comments. She wanted to apologize for what she had done to him, but he didn't care. He became the strongest guy in town. People looked up to him. People respected him, right? But apparently not in her eyes. They all reject you. Do you give up? Why bother getting good grades if you're just going to end up rejected anyway? He barely graduated. Well, that's what our protagonist did. He was an ordinary young man who lived in an ordinary town with ordinary parents. He didn't have any motivation, but he had to do something to get out of the hole he had been dug into. Little by little, he started going to the gym. First, it was just to lift the weights, but soon he started taking it more seriously. He hired a personal trainer and started following a diet plan. He had everything an ordinary person would need: food, clothes, money. He wasn't rich, but he wasn't poor either. He went to school, studied average grades, and had a bunch of average friends. There was nothing special about him. She rejected him so many times that eventually he stopped trying. The pain was too much. One day, he meets a girl, an angel sent from heaven. She was beautiful, kind, and intelligent. He fell in love. For the first time in his life, he felt special. He felt like he could move mountains. They saw how much their son suffered, and they did everything they could to help him. They took him to see a psychologist, bought him new video games, even took him on vacation. But nothing helped. Their son was still depressed. Like he could change the world. All because this girl liked him. But then something terrible happened. He tried to talk to her, to convince her to give him another chance. But she just kept rejecting him. He started hanging out with his friends less and less. School became pointless. Studying didn't make sense anymore. Stronger than everyone who rejected him. He wanted to become rich, successful, powerful. He wanted to become someone who could never be rejected again. His parents were worried. He spent his days alone in his room, playing video games and eating junk food. His only dream was to become stronger, and so he started working out. At first, it was hard. He also started studying again. This time, it was finance. He wanted to learn how money worked, how to make money, how to keep money. Years passed. He transformed himself from an ordinary, rejected young man into an extraordinary, powerful one. And one day he bumped into the girl who had rejected him so many years ago. He was no longer the same weak, desperate, pathetic guy who had needed her acceptance. He didn't need her or anyone else's acceptance. Do you think he was happy? That's for you to decide. Also, don't forget to show some love and hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this.